I don't know.
I said prevailed against the Bucks.
Oh, the Bucks. I didn't hear
Brooklyn,
the Bucks.
Toronto,
Okay,
and the Wizards, and the Grizzlies, who are combined 140 games out of first place. Nick, what did the Lakers prove with this gauntlet that they were able to get through?
This is so irritating.
Oh my gosh.
That's on the road trip. I mean, I don't know if they proved anything. They did what they were supposed to do on the road trip. They went 5-1. That's as good as you could have hoped for. And this game last night, if you weren't watching, the final score is wildly misleading. The Lakers were up 10 after the first, 15 after the third quarter, and they were up 14 when they did something, Brew, I've never seen a team do, and they maybe regretted after they did it. They took an intentional shot clock violation with 1:45 left, up 14 to get all the starters out, and then they put in their deep bench, and all of a sudden, 1 minute of wild guy Jackson Hayes later. Okay, well, Jackson Hayes last night was minus 24 in 10 minutes.
I'm not saying he should carry the second unit.
I'm letting you know that last night in the non-Jackson Hayes minutes, the Lakers won by 30.
Oh, it's his fault.
He was minus 24 in 10 mints. So point is, the Lakers blew out the Wizards like they're supposed to. It just didn't end up looking like that. To me, Brew, what they have proven is not on the road trip. It's the last 2 months. Over the last 2 months, they have been, and we can show it to you, one of the best teams in the sport. Now, are they going to get the reward of that, of not having to play in the double play-in, being the 9 seed? I don't know. It's a very tough path, and you're running out of time. There's one win separating the 5 seed from the 9 seed, but it's 3 losses separating the 5 seed from the 9 seed, and 2 losses separating the Lakers from the 7 and the 8 seed. So they might be stuck there. I don't know. But I think that they are, in a series, as dangerous as any team in the Western Conference other than Denver, and I think they keep proving it to you. The later we get in the season, with LeBron and AD still healthy, with the offense clicking like this, I like the new starting 5 with Rui, Reeves, D'Lo, and, of course, the big 2. And, Gabe Vincent back, you hope you get Vando back, and it makes them a dangerous team.
There have been times when the Western Conference was this great. I remember a team almost won 50 games and missed the playoffs, which the Lakers would be in danger of doing, to be honest, if this were just the 8-0 play-in. But it's baffling. They have played well for the last few months and haven't moved a slot.
No.
Right? It's incredible because you're playing a lot of the same teams that are ahead of you, but you haven't been able to advance. 5-1 is a great trip. I mean, I don't care who you're playing. And they didn't play good teams. All right? But LeBron kind of laughed off. He was asked, you got road problems. All right? Did this, prove anything to the team? And he said, well, I'm the last guy you should ask about winning on the road. And I get that. It seems like he was referring to the Game 7 in Golden State, which is iconic, all right? But that was a long time ago, and they do have road problems.
Yeah.
All right, they got the worst road record in the Western. You got this graphic.
Yeah, I got a graphic for
among
you.
the Western Conference playoff or play-in teams. And this game, this trip, they didn't beat Milwaukee. They beat without LeBron. All right, Milwaukee's playing like a lottery team. Everybody else they beat was a lottery team. But last year was a problem, too. And the Lakers were better on the road last year than they are this year. But check this out. Last year in the playoffs, 2-6 on the road. The losses, all the losses they had against Memphis on the road, Golden State on the road. Obviously, they lost to Denver on the road. So they were, I believe, undefeated in the first 2 rounds
at home. They were undefeated at home until Denver.
All right, so this road thing, for whatever reason, is an issue with them. And they also haven't fared well against top teams. They got one of the worst records among teams in the postseason against good teams with winning records.
So other than not being...
So that is the key point right there. We can look at this and say, oh, wow, look, the Lakers are 5-1 on this road trip. But it's misleading because they're playing, obviously, not good teams, okay? That's just the reality of the situation. And you can look at that stat line, 25 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists for LeBron, and AD, 35 points, 18 rebounds. That's all well and good. That's great. Congratulations. You can beat up on bad teams. A JV team can beat the Wizards. A JV high school team can beat the Wizards right now. So it's just this idea that you can prove that they proved anything is pretty silly. If you want to be nice, we can say, okay, what did they actually prove? They proved that they're not a complete lost cause, that they're not just a complete bunch of scrubs and have zero chance at winning games. That's what they proved. But did it prove that they're going to be competitive in the playoffs? Do they have a chance to get to the Western Conference Finals or get to the finals or win a title? Absolutely not. Okay? I just do not see that happening at this point. I know they're playing pretty well, but they don't play well against the good teams. And when you play the really good teams, it's very physical, especially in the playoffs. It's very physical. It's very fast. It's just a lot of intense moments that not only have AD and LeBron proven at this point in their careers to not have the stamina to be able to do it consistently. They might be able to do it on game 1, but then game 2 is, they're dragging. And game 3, they're dragging even more. And then maybe they get game 4 and they're able to, LeBron can dig deep. And then they're really emptying the tank by game 5. It's just harder for these older players. That's for KD, that's for Steph, that's for LeBron. I mean, that's just the way it is. That's what we have been witnessing in the last few years, watching KD, LeBron, Steph, Clay, Draymond, like all these older players. Now, LeBron obviously has the experience, and he is still one of the top players in the NBA. And so he can lean on that and take advantage of that in the playoffs against some of these younger teams. And that's why everyone always points to the Golden State Warriors as doing that against the Kings. But as I said before, the Kings were exceptionally young and immature and didn't have that experience with, a relatively newer, I know he's already had experience, but a newer head coach. And, again, like I said, I know he's had that previous experience, but it's just, he was let go and now it's kind of hitting the reset button. And a lot of roll the dice moments helped out the Warriors. A shot here, a shot there, and the Warriors I watched every minute of that game, and the Warriors absolutely could have lost that series without a doubt. I watched every single minute of every single game of that series. And so if that's what you're relying on, it's just there really is not necessarily the equivalent of the Kings team this time. Okay? Because any of these younger teams at this point, they now actually have legitimate experience. To a degree. You can still take advantage of, say, OKC, but, they got some experience under their belt. And they're really hungry. Minnesota is a question mark because of, Cat's knee injury. But I was just seeing that there's a chance that he can return. So that's a question mark. But then you have the Denver Nuggets. I mean, I don't see how you think you're going to beat up on the Denver Nuggets. And the Clippers, I know the Clippers maybe aren't this, legendary, unstoppable juggernaut of a team, but they still got their vets. And Tyronn Lue is no scrub. So it's just one of those things where you have to really understand what the stakes are and what the chances are that you're going to be able to use your veteranship, your experience in the playoffs, and how that will be used, because that's what the Lakers will have to rely on. And you're doing this also now where you have to now lean on Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, Rui to step up in these moments when, say, LeBron and AD don't have much going on in the tank. And have they ever really proven to be able to truly step? Have they had their moments? Sure. But on the road against the Denver Nuggets? I don't think so. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. Let me know in the comments below. And please don't forget to subscribe. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of, and I think we're well on our way to doing it. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.